just left Calgary like a little bit ago, and we are coming up to, this looks like the Canadian side of the border, and so the goal today would be to get back into the United States. I'm assuming it'll be just as easy at this location as it's been all of the rest. At least this side doesn't look super busy, and yeah, I need them to let me in. And then I want to we're going to head to Glacier National Park in Montana. And I have never been to the Going to the Sun Road, so we'll see. Officially back in the lower 48.
Ride a motorcycle with me.
Okay, so this is beautiful, going to the Sun Road. So here's the thing with some of these national parks, and I love that they're doing it, but also hate it as a traveler, is you have to have timed entry in some of these entrances, but not all of them. So I actually picked, I guess it's like the east entrance? I don't know. It's definitely not the other one, the south one, so I didn't have to do timed entry at least. But of course, I have my yearly, like, unlimited pass, so I can get into any of these. But it's still like your normal $25 or $30 to get in. Completely worth it. This is probably, besides the traffic, this is just magnificent. The negative about national parks these days is everybody and their mother goes to them. And this one is incredibly popular, it seems, currently. But I was going through Montana, so why wouldn't I take a stop here, like going to the sun? It surely feels like it. This route is supposed to be like 50 miles from the St. Mary's entrance, which is like I guess it's the east entrance. I don't know, St. Mary's, to the west entrance, which kind of feels a little bit more south, but you know, who am I? But so far, every single bit of it has been lovely. Like, these are lots of beautiful mountains. I love it. right, so obviously riding the Going Through the Sun Road was a huge goal of obviously just coming to Glacier National Park. But the other main thing is this. I really want to see Lake McDonald, like, truly up and close and personal and, like, touch it. Because the rocks, the color of them, they look magical. So I just need to go touch them. And here we are. Alright, so Lake McDonald is just as cool as Lake Louisa, and there's less humans. Not by a lot, but the Going to the Sun Road, on the other hand, lots of humans. Also cyclists when you're climbing a mountain in first gear at 8 miles an hour. Because there's cyclists in front of you. It was pretty rough, but it was a cool road, so I would have loved less humans, but here we are. Maybe like an early morning glacier would be good. It is absolutely insane. I just left a shit ton of mountains, and then this, I can't believe how much we went from crazy mountains and huge like valleys and beautiful lakes to it is flat. This side of Montana is very flat, so that's interesting. I guess I'm just gonna take 2 across. It is incredibly windy out here. But really so different than what I just saw. Look at this. It's crazy. Flat. I don't know. It's wild. Y'all, I got the railroad room. Alright, after mediocre Mexican food last night and probably the cutest little roadside motel I've ever been to, and it was cheap. It was only like $80. I'm moving on to let's find North Dakota. That will be the next. I don't know if it's crazy to have goals of riding through states. I feel like that's a really normal thing. So I kind of went a little bit out of my way to make sure that North Dakota was in this trip. Not like a lot out of my way. It's not like I feel like anything's really out of my way doing any of these rides, but I didn't really need to go to North Dakota. It is a little bit further, but I think I need to make it happen. So here we are. Alright, so I am still in Montana, but it's a pretty big state, so that's not so shocking. But I think I'm on my second fuel stop of the day, and I just hit 10,000 miles for this trip. So that means in the last 3 weeks, we've gotten 10,000 miles. So I still have another 3,500 to go. But either way, I'm heading towards North Dakota, which will be my 49 of 50 states. And then I will mosey my way to and then very much through Sturgis tomorrow because I don't plan on sticking around too much. But yeah, so there's that. And I get there's totally different riders out there, but this kind of pavement, this literally just so straight and so flat drives some people like crazy. I know that that's like a thing, but I don't care. I really love it. It doesn't matter what I'm riding. I want to do all of it, so. 49 states, 50, so we've made it. North Dakota. All right, waypoint number 1 was just making it into this state, and I always like to do at least something in the state to consider it like a checkpoint. So we're gonna try this Teddy Roosevelt National Park. It's really tiny, it looks like. It kind of makes me think of Saguaro, which has like, I guess, just a loop. So this is just going to be a little loop ride here, but why not? And again, support our national park system. So I can't wait to check it out. I just not sure what to expect because I did almost no research on this specific park. I just know that it's a loop, and I might see critters. So, and I hate these cattle gates. But here we are. Yeah, let's check it out. And after this, I think I gotta find somewhere to crash, and then Sturgis for tomorrow. So I don't think North Dakota has a lot of stuff. So decided National Park. It'll work. Alright, so I was so lucky at most of these parks and stuff like Custer and stuff like that. I have not had to ride next to these massive creatures. Oh my god. Cool. An actual really nice overlook. River Bend. This is actually kind of reminding me of Badlands meets, I guess, Custer. But that makes sense. That's kind of all the same area. I hate that I'm kind of running out of sunlight today since I've only done this north unit. Like, this park's actually separated into two lake sections. There's like a north one and a south one, and my intention was to kind of hit both, but unfortunately I just don't think I can make both of them today with the amount of daylight that I have left, because I still have a little maintenance to do on this bike. Again, that chain needs cleaning, and you know, I've already gone through enough of that. So I think my intention is to dip and then, I don't know, still riding towards Sturgis and figuring that out. This is such a weird trip for me, since on this half, because of, you know, at one point I was having, you know, electrical issues with this bike, to end up just like canceling all of my hotels and just kind of like winging it. That's so not my norm. It has been kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time, because I do need to get out of sometimes my type A personality. But not having exact spots where to go each night has been a little weird for me. So I'm kind of excited about it, and kind of also just always nervous to make sure that I have somewhere to go that's not, I mean, hotels these days cost an arm and a leg. And while I appreciate those that have helped out with the fuel fund and stuff, I'm still frugal to be able to do all this. And it's just still just a thing. It's just still a thing, and we are stopping again. This is probably those critters some more. Ugh. I don't want to mess with them. While they are so cute, I am not messing with a 2,000-pound animal on a 500-pound bike. And I'm sure these guys are so used to seeing cars, but murder cows are not my thing. Jeez, they make me nervous. All right, today's goal is putting up with the rain in Sturgis. I got a couple buddies that I really want to see, which, you know, it's always nice to know people at some of these events. And while I'm much more of an introvert, it's really good to see my people because, you know, they're the ones that fill you, right? Like these are the people. So I'm excited to find my humans, and then after that I will dip and go to Badlands because, well, quite honestly, again, I just really like our national park system. They're really, really great, and we've got to support them. And yeah, so putting up with this, finding some humans, and then I have no idea again where I'm gonna stay, but here we are in South Dakota at Sturgis during Sturgis Bike Week, and I'm actually impressed seeing the amount of humans that are out. This is early. Like, I'm only here at, like, this is like 9 a.m. And it's raining. It's like terrible out. Well, not terrible, I guess, but this is not your normal for most people. So either way, I'm impressed that there's this many humans here, and we'll see how it goes. It is supposed to clear up a little bit later, so maybe we'll be lucky. All right, goal met. So I might not be a people person, but people watching at some of these events is very interesting. Just lots of humans, but I'm glad the weather has gotten significantly better as I ride out of here. We will see if that continues, because I don't think it will, to be completely honest, but I'm really okay. I'm not your fair weather rider, obviously, but I'm thankful that it's at least lightened up for these guys, because I'm sure the event's much more fun when it's not freaking pouring. But either way, you see how many freaking bikes there are now? Like, from 8 a.m., 9 a.m., I guess it was late, a little bit later than that, but then to, it's like 1-ish now. But either way, I got my oil. Actually paid to have my oil changed this time, which is not my norm, but since they were already here, it made it a little bit easier. And then moving on to just getting out of here, I guess. That's about it, like heading towards the Badlands. Alright, so I spent way too long in actual Sturgis Main Street, which is actually longer than I've ever spent in Sturgis. But with that said, I still made it to Badlands today before it closed. And it's a little gloomy-ish, sprinkly-ish out, but it's actually kind of lovely, so I'll take it. One of these trips out here, like, I really want to camp in this area. I've I've been able to do the loop so many times now, which is great, and it's just fabulous, but I've not taken advantage of like almost any of the hiking trails. I've done a couple short ones when I was younger, but I've never done any of the camping out here, and quite honestly, I feel like I have to at some point. I don't know, like places like this that just seem so otherworldly, I think I enjoy the space that they have, and I mean, it's just very, very beautiful. But as usual, most of these national parks, $20-$30 to get a motorcycle in, unless you have the year pass, which again, I just really want to promote the year pass, guys. We've got to save these national parks and keep them protected, because once they're gone, they will never come back. Like, that just won't exist. So more of you guys coming and checking out some of these places, it's better for all of us, and it's better for the future. So just look at how magical it looks out here. And I really love, I guess, the striations, the lines on these. It's just so cool. The colors. Ugh. And look at the strata on these. Like, it's just so pretty. It's interesting experiencing this in such a gloomy day. I feel like the colors are actually a little bit more vibrant here than they normally are, but I just might just be that excited to be here, so that might be. Alright, so I kind of fucked up here and not having a hotel room outside of Sturgis. Even though I'm still leaving the area, like, nothing's available, so I'm on a hunt for hopefully something. Wish me luck. To be honest, I really probably should have taken advantage of a friend's place tonight in Sturgis, but I think I found something. We're gonna see how it is. It looks kind of shady. Crazy. All right, so I ordered pizza, and I don't know what white sauce this is, but it's not ranch, and I'm scared to eat it. Oh my god. So that's cinnamon, and that's for dipping. So that's icing, because there's cinnamon, the bread, they're breadstick cinnamon sticks on the end. All right, so I didn't make it far, but I needed coffee. So it's like 2,000 miles to home. There's a hurricane back at home, but it'll be gone probably by the time I get there. But I'm just gonna play today by ear. I was intending on making today a 1,000-mile day, but that weird hotel had the worst bed. The AC didn't work, so it was like 1,000,000 degrees, and so I slept like shit. So I am just gonna ride wherever I ride to today and see how it goes. Alright, so I am somewhere in Iowa, and I'm like maybe second or third gas stop of the day, but either way. Can't really generally go to any stop without at least somebody talking to me, but I think that that's kind of like a motorcyclist thing, but especially as a female rider, can't go anywhere without somebody trying to talk to me. But now that I'm kind of in that Sturgis area, a lot of people have been looking at my license plate, and they keep going, oh man, Florida, you're so far from home. And I can't help but think I'm a shit ton closer than I was like a couple days ago. So either way. And it's already hot as fuck out. So here we are. Yeah, this not having a for sure plan has been really interesting on my brain. I've done so many long distance rides, and not too many of them have had to really deviate too drastically from my original plan. I mean, I did have my Oklahoma issue last year. Well, no, last year, 2 years ago. I don't remember when it was, but that's when like I had the hole through the valve stem on my road glide, and I was stuck in like Monroe, Louisiana for like 2 days, which those guys there were so cool, but really that was so weird, just changing my plan and just adapting like that. I'm used to adapting when something goes wrong in like mechanical sense or like, you know, just timing and stuff, but not like multiple days of, well, you've got to throw out your whole fucking plan for this, cancel all the hotels and just wing it. So it's so interesting because that's just not normally my style of road tripping, and this has been a really interesting like learn about yourself adventure. I can be a lot more adaptable against my original plan than I thought I was going to be, and it's actually gone pretty well. I just need to keep this bike running well and keep, you know, making sure I keep myself safe, and like that's honestly the goal. I just am really thankful that I've found this part of my life and that I can do this part of my life. It's nice having a good support system with my kid back home, and my family is fabulous, and I really just don't know what I would do without this part of my life. I don't know. Those of you that are thinking about traveling, especially long distance, I mean, I know some of you just watch these things to, I don't know, live vicariously through others. I mean, that's the reason I started this YouTube channel. I mean, really not as social as social media makes me look. But if you want to do this, you can. There's ways, and I wish everybody gets this opportunity to at least travel like this, or at least to whatever degree you want and which you're comfortable with, because it makes you feel alive, guys. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say is I really just love this, and I think if you're watching this, you probably would too. So if you need help planning, If you need help with ideas, reach out, because you can be adaptable or type A planning or whatever. It is so doable. Just figure out how to make it happen. Things worth doing take time and effort, and this is worth doing. This is not the recommended way to combat 90-something degrees. You will get soaked, but I already am because I've already doused myself with water anyway, so here we are, hot as fuck. All right, I found myself a hotel in Columbia, Missouri tonight, and it seems like my phone's not behaving well, so. Another long day, but views like this, it's worth it. Even coming into city lights, I just love it. See you tomorrow.